also given a practical exposure. They go to Santokh Bahadur Hospital during the course. Santokh Bahadur Hospital management was so kind to us to get into collaboration with us and allowed our students to go to the hospital and work over there in various departments. Our basic philosophy is that the medical mode of teaching, I still consider that as the best, because what we are taught in the classroom, we are required to do in the wards. And I'm trying to do the same with them. What they learn in the classroom, they need to do the same in the hospital during the course itself. We have gone on a long way. We are quite an open organization. Faculty has autonomy and freedom to express, but the students also have freedom to express. And at the end of each module, the faculty also evaluates their faculty. How did they like the course? What was their learning? What are their observations? And they give feedback to the faculty. Of course, their names remain anonymous. And this comes to the coordinator of the program, which takes out the identity and circulates to the faculty, give them feedback, this is what the students felt. We could set up a high quality by mutual evaluation of each other, bringing in latest knowledge and technology. Our students have free access and 24-hour access to computing. They have all facilities what are possible for us to provide in any modern institution. We are very happy this year. It's a postgraduate program and the diploma is offered. We are finding it somewhat awkward sometimes when people used to ask us whether this is a diploma program or a degree program. I'm very happy to inform everybody, one and all, and to you, sir, that the Association of Indian Universities has granted equivalence to master's degree this year. Our students will be treated at par as master's program. They will be eligible to do their PhD. They will be eligible to do their further education on the basis of this degree. I'm very proud, I'm very happy, excited about the new development. We don't want to remain at the master's level and we want to start the doctoral program. Again, I'm very happy to inform my friends sitting over here that we are starting a PhD program this year with Birla Institute of Technology and Science in joint collaboration. So we will be soon seeing our students and my colleagues in the institute undergo PhD in hospital and health management. To us, every day is exciting, and excitement comes when we do something exciting every day. I know this is a bad habit. You are likely to become a heart patient and may be required to go to Dr. Shetty, but this is how the life is. This is how one would like to live. I'm very happy to welcome you, sir. You could find time and grace this occasion. I'm also very happy that Dr. Karan Singh, our old colleague, now at the policy level, deciding the issues in the state, is among us. We have Mr. Parmesh Chandra, who is immediately concerned with policy development and implementation in the current times. I'm very happy to welcome you, sir, and welcome to you all. Thank you.
And the future. May now request the Trustee Secretary, Shri M.L. Mehta, for his address.
Dr. Shetty, Dr. Yadav, Mr. Parmesh Chandra, Dr. Gupta, guests and students. It's my privilege as Trustee Secretary to welcome Dr. Devi Shetty, Dr. Yadav, Mr. Parmesh Chandra. It's just a coincidence that we have two eminent cardiac surgeons on the dais. We did not plan it that way, it just happened. Dr. Karan Singh Yadav had a long career in government, very distinguished surgeon, and finally, after fulfilling his commitment with the government, he decided to join politics, decided to chart out a new course for himself, and he has been eminently successful there also. Right in his first term, he has been accorded status of a cabinet minister. He is deputy chairman of the 20 points program, and as you know, the 20-point program is catch-it-all program. Everything which happens in the government comes within the ambit of 20-point program, and therefore he has his hand in everything what happens in the government. Dr. Shetty, I haven't known him before, but whatever little I know him for the last 16 hours, the eminent surgeon with international reputation, that doesn't bother me as much. But his social concern, his constant effort at looking at things, looking at new ways of doing things, is what impressed me most. Yesterday we had a long conversation, and when he narrated for a brief while what he has been doing, it was a thrilling to hear him. And ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. That is all I can say in his oration. Mr. Parmesh Chandra took over recently as he has been a colleague with me in the government, and you could see new stirrings in the department. People are moving in, people are moving out, a lot of transfers. This is ginger of the department, and we wish him well. This institute owes its origin to the vision and commitment of Agarwal brothers, Dr. Agarwal, Dr. Ashok Agarwal and his brothers. They decided to set up the institute to commemorate memory of the distinguished father, Shri P.D. Agarwal, popularly known as PDG in the department, in this organization, and those who knew him. PDG, with the innate Marwadi entrepreneurial spirit, he came from a small village in arid Churu district, moved over to the northeast, and he knew his beans. He made constant efforts to grow, and finally succeeded in his lifetime to build up the largest goods transport organization in this part of the world. His social commitments are phenomenal. He's a philanthropist, and his charities of just legion. No wonder that tradition still runs in the family. So when he passed away, Dr. Ashok Agarwal and his brothers decided to do something to commemorate his memory, and they could not have done better than setting up a health management institute at Jaipur. Jaipur is institutionally, I don't say sterile, but it doesn't have a good institutional ambience, unlike Hyderabad, unlike Bangalore. And therefore it was an uphill task to set up an institute here. However, they had the vision and they had the determination to do it and to make things happen. After initial difficulties were over, institute grew up from strength to strength, and today it has acquired a place of eminence in the institutional setup in the country, in the sector, as Dr. Gupta just mentioned just a little while ago. In its growth, we were lucky to be held by eminent directors, Dr. Ramesh Sharma, Dr. Kirdar, Dr. IIHMR, and Dr. Gupta, as also management, very eminent persons in the management board, governing board. We got all through the cooperation, and this has resulted into institute acquiring its present stature. What we do here, Dr. Gupta mentioned about PGDHM, but it's not the only PGDHM course we're doing. Just it is for the knowledge of guests, students are familiar. Basically, we work on three streams. One stream is the management development program, where we try to influence improvements in the government sector, the public sector, private sector, through training, through skill building, through knowledge dissemination, widening the knowledge base, and through bringing out attitudinal changes. Annually we do about 40 programs. And these are on campus and off campus both. These are largely for the states. When we do the research and consultancy, that allows us to create knowledge. It allows us to look at the real life situations. It allows us to develop structures and processes to deal with the real life situations. And then it reinforces our learning, which in turn reinforces our teaching and training. And that's PGDHM is what Dr. Gupta mentioned. He and his colleagues, everybody deserves congratulations for two important milestones today now which have happened. One is the equivalence, and I'm sure this equivalence should be available to the current batch, that as soon as we get this authorization, another 2-3 days, your certificates we should mention that this is equal to a degree program. And the second is our, again link up with the Birla Institute of Technology and Sciences, Pilani, where we would, in collaboration, we would be awarding PhD degrees. So now it's total from postgraduate program to the PhD program, the network, the linkages, vertical linkages total. Convocation is a special day in any academic institute. Why it is special? Because on this day, students step out of the sheltered cocoon of the institute, move to the wider world to face the real life situations. While we were here, we did our best in giving you whatever we could. And now it is up to you to do your best in forging ahead. I'm sure you would do very well. We would be constantly, you'll be interested in knowing about your achievements in future. Please keep in touch as alumni of the institute. Before I conclude, let me narrate an episode from life of Jimmy Carter, which has quite relevance to your work as well. Jimmy Carter, ex-President of America, once appeared for an interview for the post of sub-lieutenant in Navy. So when he appeared before the interview board, there's one member interview board, there's an admiral heading that interview board. And Admiral, after a few questions, asked Carter as to what points he was strong. He said he would like to examine on not his weaknesses, but on his strong points. Jimmy thought that this old man would not know about the modern music and pop dance and things like that. So he deliberately mentioned music, his interest and strong point is music and pop dance. Admiral smiled, and when he started questioning him, and he questioned him, Jimmy Carter was perspiring. He was unable to come up with the task. And finding that he was nervous, Admiral changed the trick, and he said, "Boy, tell me, what was your rank in the class?" With chin up, Carter said, "Sir, it was 41st rank in a class of 351 students." Now 41 also counts there, if you are 41, 351, you are 310 ahead of others, ahead of 310 students. Admiral asked him, "Did you do your best in reaching the 41st rank? Did you do your best?" Perplexed, he said, "Yes, sir." Admiral looked him in his eye, said, "Did you do your best?" He shot back. Carter said, "No, sir." He didn't know what thunderbolt was coming with thereafter. And then Admiral said, "Tell me, one question, last question, why did not do you